Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby, and today we are talking about the subconscious mind with Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want more videos like this one, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new ones. And if you like this video, a great way to support this channel and let me know you like this content is simply by clicking that like button. So the subconscious mind, why is it so important? So basically, whether you know it or not, your subconscious mind is ruling your life right now. Are you aware of the programs it's running? Did you program it, or are those programs run from your past? After the age of 35, 95% of your life is run by subconscious programs. That's according to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Now, a lot of those beliefs that are in your subconscious mind are simply an idea that you thought over and over and over again until it literally has formed a box around your behavior. Who it is you think you are and how it is you think the world works. That is essentially your cybernetic mechanism. So your subconscious mind has a certain belief. You've constructed a picture inside of your head of who it is that you think you are based on those beliefs to be as being true. And you're going to go out into the world and you're going to act as if those are true. Neville Goddard talks about the law of assumptions. An assumption is something you give permission and consent to be true. It doesn't have to be true objectively. Subjectively for you, though, it is true. You act in the world as if that is fact, regardless if it is or not. Your subconscious mind actually does not look if something is false or if it's true. If you feel it to be true, it will actually impress upon your mind and you will act in the world as if that's true. Most of your subconscious programming came from the last trimester of your biological mom and 7 years old. That means that your life right now could potentially be run by beliefs that you formed when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, or younger. And I'm sure there's a lot of things in your life right now that you would not leave up to the decision-making ability of your 5, 6, or 7-year-old self. However, because you're unconscious to these beliefs, these memories, you have an associated memory, you witnessed something, maybe an authoritative figure told you that you're not very good at something and you stored it. And so when you try to do a good job or when you try to express yourself, you have an associative memory that when you do that, somebody rejects you, somebody says something bad. So you go through life, you're unconscious, you're not aware of this memory. It's an implicit memory, meaning it's unconscious. You go through life with that same reasoning that you had when you were a kid. It's unconscious. Your subconscious is outside of that of your conscious brain. So in terms of Neville Goddard, he says that your subconscious mind determines the conditions in your life. Now, we talked about it earlier, that basically you go out into the world and whatever it is that has been impressed upon your subconscious mind, and you might be wondering, well, how does that happen? How does something get impressed inside onto your conscious mind? Think about it getting stamped in there. That's another word. That's another way to think about the impression. It's making an impression onto your subconscious mind. It is influencing it so that then your subconscious mind thinks, oh, this thing is true. I'm going to take this. Now I'm going to act in the world as if it's true. The way that happens is when the subconscious mind gets something that you feel to be true. So if somebody says you're not very good at something, your subconscious mind, if you feel that to be true, if that lines up with who you think you are, you're going to accept that to be true. You're going to feel it's true. It's going to influence your subconscious mind, and it could essentially fortify that disbelief, that lack of esteem you have in yourself. If it's a negative thing, now the opposite can happen. If you do have high esteem and you do think highly of yourself and something happens, then you feel that to be true. Oh, I am worthy. I am good. I am talented. Then you're going to feel that to be true, and it's going to impress, it's going to influence your subconscious mind, and you're going to move about the world with that fortified belief. A belief is an idea you think over and over and over. That idea, it creates a feeling, and that feeling creates a pattern. So if you really want to change the patterns in your life right now, you must change the feeling. So what else does Neville Goddard say about the subconscious mind? He stresses that your subconscious mind does not check for facts. It does not check for falsities. It literally will accept it to be true if it feels to be true for you. And if you follow other Neville Goddard's teaching, if you've watched other videos, one of his big teachings is that the feeling is the secret. And now you can understand that you can think till you're blue in the face that you're good and you're worthy, but if you have a feeling of lack and scarcity, that's never going to go anywhere. But as soon as you start incorporating the feeling that yes, this is true, I am good, I am worthy, that feeling is going to encapsulate that thought and make it go through the subconscious barriers barriers and then influence your subconscious mind. It's going to impress upon your subconscious mind because you have the feeling. Without the feeling, any thought, any strong intention doesn't matter because it can't cross that subconscious barrier. The subconscious will refuse to be influenced by it because you haven't felt it to be true. So you can stare in the mirror and say your affirmations, but until your subconscious mind is impressed upon, and doing that by having a feeling, it won't matter how many times you do it, how diligently you do it, until you feel it to be true. Neville Goddard says that consciousness is the only reality. Whatever it is that you think to be true about your life and about yourself, you will find in reality. There's no other ways about it. There's a lot of reasons why. One of them being your cybernetic mechanism, which we talked about earlier. So this is who you think you are. This is the boundaries of what you've created, the laws of assumption that you've gone out and accepted to be true. Now that corresponds to things like your RAS, your reticular activating system, which literally is a filtration system in your brain. So if you think that you're not very good, if you think you're not talented, if you think that no good opportunities come your way, then you literally will not be able to perceive with your senses opportunities that will contradict that, because it goes against how you see yourself. So as you start incorporating and asking yourself different questions of like, well, Dr. Joe Dispenza has, what would it look like? What would it feel like for me to have opportunities of abundance? Something as simple as that. What is the greatest expression of myself? Allowing your frontal lobe to start looking out into the world for something new and start contradicting some of those old beliefs, then you'll start expanding that. And when you start expanding that, you have an opportunity to have a new experience. With the new experience, you have an opportunity to create a new belief. And that new belief is going to blast through that old programming and start allowing you to feel, and that influence is going to impress upon your subconscious mind. So your consciousness is the only reality. It is subjective. Now, Joseph Murphy says that what you sow with your thoughts, you will reap with your body and your environment. So think about it. Whatever it is that you're allowing to constantly go through your head, in from your conscious and feel it to be true into your subconscious. Those are seeds. You're planting seeds. It can be from a year ago, a month ago. For the past 20 years, you will physically be able to experience that, and you will see it in your environment. You're creating it over and over and over. A lot of people live in the same loop of survival. They're stressed, they feel lack, they feel scarcity, they feel unworthy, they feel unloved, and they just continue to feel that way. They put those seeds in their subconscious, and they continue to see that reflection in the 3D world. This is not how we were meant to live. This is how we are living, because we have some false ideas of how we think the world works. We think something outside of us should change, and then we feel good, and then we feel whole. We find that relationship, and then we feel lovable. But we must feel and be that person before we actually ever see it in our 3D world. And here you see Joseph Murphy talking about whatever it is that you allow to rule your thoughts, you feel into your subconscious, you will reap that in your environment and in your body. Joseph Murphy also talks about the subconscious mind as being ruled by suggestion, those subtle little things, but when you give that power, that torch, the catalyst of having a feeling that it's true, it slips past the subconscious and it is impressed upon, it is influenced, and then that influence is going to be the program that runs your life. So be aware of what you're giving consent to, of what you're allowing to be suggested upon in your subconscious mind. Joseph Murphy also talks about that thought is the cause and the cause is the effect, and every single thought you have is creating the conditions and the effect that you have in your life. I really hope that you understand how impactful and important your subconscious mind is and how you're constantly influencing it, and it is the cause to the effect, which is your life. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.